Look at your hands. They were meant to build tribes, not scroll through a curated lie while you rot in solitude. Your depression is actually your biology screaming at you to stop being a digital hermit. Put the phone down and find a real person before your isolation kills you permanently. We are currently navigating a mental health epidemic that defies the standard diagnostic framework. If clinical interventions, advanced pharmacology, and our massive expansion in global awareness campaigns actually worked, this crisis should be retreating. Instead, it is accelerating. The fundamental error we keep making is treating a biological and environmental failure as a chemical defect. You are not experiencing a random glitch in your personal neurochemistry. You are experiencing a total predicted system error. You are a biological entity with a specific, rigid, and well-documented evolutionary requirement for social belonging, and you are currently attempting to fulfill that requirement in a habitat that is fundamentally hostile to your biological nature. Modern life is not a neutral environment. It is a profound design mismatch. Consider the evolutionary history of the human animal. For the vast majority of our development, we lived in small, high-density, high-stakes tribal structures. In that environment, social connection was not a luxury or recreational activity. It was the mechanism of survival. Being cast out of the tribe meant certain death. Therefore, your brain developed a complex, hypersensitive alarm system for monitoring social standing. It is built to detect subtle changes in eye contact, tone, physical proximity, and the immediate sensory feedback of shared tribal labor. This is the hardware you still possess. Your hardware is optimized for the Pleistocene. You are now running it in a high-speed, digital, and profoundly lonely 2026. Your brain cannot distinguish between the absence of physical community and the existential threat of being abandoned. It doesn't know you are just sitting in an apartment. It thinks you are alone in the wild. Consequently, your symptoms are not a disorder. They are a vital, desperate biological alert. It is your body screaming because it is literally malnourished of the only substance that keeps it regulated: physical, high-density connection. We have confused data for connection. We treat high-speed digital interactions as if they are meaningful bonding, but they fail to trigger the essential neurobiology that actually stabilizes you. When you send a text or view a feed, you are stimulating the reward centers of the brain, but you are failing to activate the attachment systems. You are caught in an algorithm of isolation. It replaces the chaotic, messy, and spontaneous nature of physical encounters with curated, one-way consumption. You aren't interacting, you are observing. And there's a massive psychological toll for performing an identity for a screen, rather than simply existing in a shared physical reality. You are maintaining an avatar while the flesh and blood version of you is atrophying. The cognitive energy you spend managing your digital self, optimizing your image, monitoring your engagement, comparing your life to the edited highlights of others, is energy stolen from your ability to exist in your own life. You're living in a simulation of sociality, while your biology remains completely starved. This isn't just in your head. Persistent loneliness in 2026 is clinically proven to manifest as chronic inflammation and acute hormonal dysregulation. You are essentially living in a state of chronic, low-level fight-or-flight response. Your body is trying to conserve energy for a threat that it cannot see and cannot fight. This is the clinical mechanism. When you lack the sensory input of face-to-face interaction and physical touch, your oxytocin production tanks. Mirror neurons, which are designed to map the intentions of others and ground you in social reality, remain unsynced. The hollow ache of depression that so many men feel is not a mental state. It is the physical sensation of your body's ancient distress signal. You're being cast out of the pack. Evolution is telling you that you are alone, and therefore you are in immediate terminal danger. You are not sad, you are biologically distressed, and your entire physiological system is paying the price for it through elevated cortisol, disrupted sleep, and compromised immune function. This isolation is not just your personal failing, it is a structural inevitability. We have systematically eroded our shared spaces. Look at your environment. Urban design is now prioritized for convenience, not interaction. The rise of remote work has uncoupled you from the forced proximity of your peers, and the rise of digital-first services has finalized the destruction of the third place. These are the spaces, cafes, community centers, parks, or even simple public plazas, where community happens accidentally. We have traded the messy, unpredictable beauty of community for the convenience of solo, on-demand entertainment. We live in an era where we can outsource our hunger to an app, our labor to an automated service, and our entertainment to an algorithm. We have engineered a world where you never have to be interrupted by a neighbor, never have to negotiate with a community, and never have to deal with the friction of being a human among humans. It is convenient, it is efficient, and it is killing the possibility of accidental organic social growth. You are surrounded by people, yet you are effectively living in a social desert. If you want to reverse this, you must engage in a radical act of rebellion. You must prioritize local, physical commitment over global digital distraction. This isn't about networking. This is about returning to a state of being, where you are an active, necessary participant in a physical community. It requires intense vulnerability, the willingness to be perceived, to be interrupted, and to be responsible to the people who live in your immediate geographic reality. You have to stop being a passive consumer of content and start being an architect of your own belonging. Stop optimizing your life for convenience and start optimizing it for physical contact. Go to the same place, at the same time, with the same people, and accept the slow, awkward, and demanding work of building trust. A real tribe is not found on a feed. It is built in the physical space you occupy. Stop acting like the environment you were born into is the one you have to accept, and start designing a life that respects the biological reality of the human animal. You have the power to stop the rot, but only if you are willing to face the silence of the physical world again.